What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? 75k. I cannot believe it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed. It's crazy to even think about, like, how many individual people 75,000 actually is, right? Wow. Yeah, and to think, like, I think it was around 2018 when I, like, really started, like, pushing the YouTube and stuff. I never really thought, I was thinking, like, 10k would be, like, where we would go, But onwards and upwards. Next one is 100k. The 100k, next big milestone. Well, I guess 100k is like the official big YouTube milestone when they're supposed to send you the plaque and everything, or the plaque. DK, Isomatic, Mylogify, DJ Shadow D, Zenlion, Nimesha. How's everyone doing today? How does Dash's stream compressed through YouTube sound so much louder than my track direct from the door? So, basically, I mix my track to, like, my mix level, and then just before the output that's sending, there's, like, some gain and limiting happening there. So there's essentially about 6 dBs being added with a little bit of a mastering thing going on. But that's about it. So, like, I do have a master chain that I run through when I do produce, but how I've actually set it up is that it does the chain and then it actually turns it down by the same level that it goes up. So it's this mastering chain, it's not actually mastering it. Do you know what I mean? It's not making it sound any louder. It's just making it sound a little bit better, but it's so slight. I mean, I've done comparisons before where I've A/B'd it, and the difference is so slight. It just kind of, like, tones the mids a little bit and everything like that. I remember I had said next goal is 100k when you reach 50k. I mean, a sub. A lot longer than that. Mylogify, you've been around since the beginning. You've been around since the beginning. Who else has been around since the early days here in the chat? Actually, you know what would be cool? A little research, I guess, or a little survey. What was the first video, if you remember? What was the first video of mine that you saw? Post it in the chat, or if you're watching this afterwards, post in the comments. I'd be so interested. How's it going, Poitras? Giorgio? Joe Lomas? Yeah, man. It's like I said, it's hard to even think about how many people 75,000 actually is. So it's, like, still kicking in, right? So I've been watching the number for a little while, kind of teetering just under 75, and it's still there, and it's kind of been taking a while to kick in. But I am super proud. Today, I think we are going to work on a little bit of an intro, and we're going to fine tune a little bit of the leads and stuff up a little bit. Phase Plant one about 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm thinking we make a bit of an intro, tune up the leads a little bit, add some effects, and explore the sampler, Bitwig's new sampler, a little bit more. So, like, at the moment, we're at the point where we've got a couple of cool loops, but there's nothing really tying them together. It's kind of just like a loop happens, then another loop happens. So I think we can kind of start fine-tuning a bit of an arrangement. So, like, for example, this first part can most likely loop 4 times or so with like other effects and everything happening before it switches to like the next part, right? We can maybe split these up a little bit so that we can kind of make a few different variations of them. Hello from Greece. Hello from South Africa. Argo, how you doing? We can make a couple of different variations of these and then kind of bounce them to samples. I think that'll be cool to use them in the intro. I think we actually need a bit more tail there. Hey, Chibabble. Pretend Passing. Hello from Switzerland. Hello from South Africa. With this one, actually, I want to get it raw. You will see why. So if we have 2 different samples, then I want like the choppy sound to kind of be dry, and just this to have like a bunch of... Actually, look, we've cut out some tail here. Let's go back a bit. So one thing that I miss from Cubase is that you could kind of automatically always add like 5 seconds or something like that when you're bouncing. I wish that in the bounce menu we would have something, a setting here like add 5 seconds or something like that, and then in the settings you could kind of just set the default amount. I think that would be so good. Let's go normalize this. How much did it normalize? 18.1. Okay. So then I want to duplicate. We can actually just put all of this stuff in a group so we remember what's what. Let's call this Big HPF Slidey. And then this one, we just copy this delay on here. We might still even edit it a bit further, but I think this is going to sound pretty good. sometimes with these kinds of sounds that are like already quite inherently low, mid, and wide, I like to lean into that a little bit. So like cut the highs and lows, kind of focus in on that, and maybe remove some of the drive from the reverb to kind of make it sound wider, but also just like confine that range. So you end up just like adding a bit of that kind of range to the track, because it's a bit difficult. You don't want to just have something playing there the whole time, because it can sometimes muddy up the low end and that kind of thing. It's nice to control it that way, rather than thinking of it as like a main lead. Do you know what I mean? Yo, Mind B, how's it going? Lou 0091. I'm currently learning the synth vital. Are there any tips you can give me? Well, have you seen my video, the 50 tips and tricks for vital? If you haven't, that would be a really good place to start, because we go deep in that video. It's one of my most watched videos on this channel, so if you go to my homepage, it'll probably pop up there. Also, yeah, stick around. I'm sure we're going to dive into some vital shortly. This serum patch, I think it's pretty simple. I think it's just some sine waves. Okay, no, it's a saw wave, 7 unison, little bit of detune, envelope, low pass filter, you know, the usual deal. No effects. Some more filter happening here that's just kind of opening and closing, but this is, it's all really being filtered out at the moment with this reverb and this EQ. Cool, Poitras. Have a good one. Thank you. Appreciate that. If I'm missing any questions, just at me in the chat. So these things, I'll often find a good part and then just loop that part. Like, for example, I heard something here, like this part. Just this. And then we can put like more effects on this part. So let's see. Let's see if it works if we just chop it and put it here. I want to make some kind of transition lead. While I was listening to the loop at the start, I had an idea to use that melody and kind of variate it on the rhythm. So, for example, where the high notes are, we leave those where they are and then kind of just have a more, well, I guess it's one of these. So maybe we just do like that and then we do more rhythmic stuff in between. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Okay, so maybe we can start by removing these. And then just putting in like some lower notes, and then we can start sound designing the patch. Yeah, something like that. Hey, how do those low notes just sound on their own though, right? Fucking hell, that sounds sick. Oh yeah, it was a little bit heavy on the high end, right? Whoopsie. I haven't been to SA for 45 years. Holy, dude. Holy. You should come. You gotta love when that happens. You're like, damn, what's this preset? And it's like, oh wait, I made it. This is part of like the official Devious Machines Psychedelic Evolutions expansion. I think that's why it was coming up in the random. Have you video about side chaining? Not really. Not like a specific one, but I guess because with Psytrance, it's usually just like duck, do the thing, right? So I don't usually. explain it too much in detail. Is there something specific that you want to know? Maybe I can kind of just give you a bit of a rundown. With these, once I've bounced them, I find it so much easier to actually adjust the gain in the actual waveform, because you can kind of see. So filters, often the parameter itself is not linear. So when you turn it, if it were, when you turned it, it would go from like 0 to 20 hertz to like 500 hertz, like in a couple of pixels, because it's got 20,000 to go across. So the way that they do that is that they skew the parameter, right? And so when you're sweeping it with automation, often it's not going to be like exactly like sound like it sweeps. In terms of volume and that kind of thing, it's going to kind of be non-linear. So like here you can see it goes, whoop, it ramps up quite a bit. And so I want it to sound a little bit more like a, do you see like the curve is gradual? So we can kind of edit that with a gain sweep instead. See now, like just looking at the waveform and doing it that way, it looks counterproductive, like going down in the volume and then up again, but the results sound a bit better, and you can kind of see it in the waveform. It's the amplitude steps in a little bit cleaner, if you know what I mean. I think this thing happens too often. So maybe we just do it like once every 2 times that we had it before. And then we can maybe make some other variation with that same sound to kind of fit in between. So let's open up this serum again. I can actually just duplicate it and close it. And then whatever we do here is non-destructive. Sometimes also use Surge, not that much. I mean, I appreciate Surge. I think it's really good. It's a good synth, but I feel like the interface just doesn't gel with me all that much. So I don't use it. I don't use it all that much, to be honest with you. What notes was it? Okay, just root note and then... Damn, super massive. Crazy stuff. that needs to be rendered to a sample. Look at that. Okay. That means that we have plenty of atmosphere that we can extract from that. Okay, that's a bit extreme. Do we even just cut out the notes and just use them as part of the reverb and just use the actual tail? I think maybe a little bit of a gain sweep, like right here, for the first beat, to sound like it's kind of sweeping in. Okay, that is sick. Although now that I'm hearing it without the percussions, it kind of sounds like these chops are actually a little bit out of time. Maybe we should just leave it as it was. Yeah. we actually had a really cool, was it a tabla loop? Some kind of percussion loop that we made last week. I think it was this one. I wonder if this will work either like in the intro or in this first part as well. It's actually perfect for the intro, but I think that we can time that so that it kind of hits here and then maybe slows down after that and then drops. Let's see if this works. I think we should actually bounce this to use as like a separate component. Hey Shane, how's it going? Yeah. I think you were here last week, right? You heard us making that bongo. But this is where I think this is where it really fits. I think it like really fits in here in the intro. feel like this thing also kind of works a little bit better as like a transitionary element. Not just playing throughout the whole bar, right? So like to introduce here at the end, something's going to change now. Every now and then it hits some grains here which sound a little bit out of tune. So I'm actually just going to bounce this and choose the best part. The bass note, it just does a pitch. It's just like a pitch wheel downwards that goes down 1 octave. But I was actually thinking here we introduce some kind of variation to the bass line. I do need to quickly run to the bathroom though and get a quick refill. So give me 2 minutes. Let me loop this for you folks. And I will be back shortly. Hey, we got a whole intro. Everything. I'll be back shortly, folks. but like the keys are already like so high. Like here in this territory, it starts to feel like a bit like a lead. Even this is kind of pushing it. But that sounds good, I think, just on the root. I think here we could do like a gated thing. Oh, like a slide. Yeah, maybe every now and then we can do a bass slide on that. Here, I think let's just do... I want to do like a probabilities thing. Put in 16 steps. So we can do like... on every third one, we just go up. I should just pop out the editor, right? It's funny, like the editor pops out smaller most of the time when I do it. It's probably because I'm still on quite a small screen. Yeah, something like that, I think. And then we'll just fill in the gaps. And then we send this to... I've been messing with Unreal Engine so much that I'm just so used to pulling off the node. Pulling off the node, and then it'll pop up a menu of like what to add. I think we go with the ADSR, send this in there. You know what? No, actually just an AD. Just an AD. So we're just doing like a quick pluck. That's all that we need. You see there? I did it again. Dragging off the node. AM, amplitude modulator. We can just drop this there, turn it to 100%, and send this to there. And now it should gate the signal. We're running it on this. Oh yes, it's working. I don't even want to say it. It's always goes back to Sandstorm, doesn't it? Okay, now I think we should write a lead that can kind of match the groove of this bass. And then at this transition, kind of swap from this lead to the new one. Quantum Ocean, hello from Japan. Hello from South Africa. Let's go -2. You know, we could actually probably just copy the MIDI. Haha, sneaky, sneaky. And then just add in parts that we need. Yeah, because we don't have any ones, all the accents are kind of like off the beat. It obviously sounds like a bass. So we can actually just... This shift button on my keyboard for some reason seems to have broken. This one works though, that's fine. It's weird, I'm used to pressing this one, so... What did I do now? I think let's select all of these, and then we can just move these across. Okay, so now we have it like on the one, and now we can variate. So I think here, like, do another one there. Let's go up an octave. Hey, Game Boy Z, how's it going? Let's just fix the sound a little bit first, I think. Let's add legato and glide. Maybe make the notes shorter. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think here it would actually sound better if this was shifted like this. Need some kind of like da da and then go up again. Da da da. Hey, I'm sure this is new. Being able to randomize the values with the chaos operator. What? What's the craziest acoustic sample you could fit into this track? The good old Bode saw. Or the Bode ruler. The good old Bode ruler. Whoa, wait a sec. So we could do like, add a bunch of things here. I've been waiting for this parameter for the longest time. Or this system being able to apply this randomization to, oh, look at that. Oh my word, that is so... Something happens to the screen when I do it. Something glitches. Can you see that? It moves along slightly. I hope I don't break something. Yeah, it's certainly a work in progress because you can see like the numbers doesn't fit into the bar. And it does a weird thing there. But wow, that's so sick. Okay, hold on. So that means... Oh, you mean like a Foley kind of thing? Oh, let's draw a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's kill the CPU in one shot. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. That is so sick. It's moving the screen, though. Yeah, definitely save. Huh? Something was up there. Yeah, we're in dangerous territory here. Whoa, hold on a sec. So each point can now have its own spread. So every time it will loop, it will be randomized. So we have the definitive random here. The spread, which will do like a probabilistic thing every time the bar loops. But then we can also randomize the curvature of each of the splines in between the points. That is insane. Check this out. Random curves, random points. Oh, okay. And I guess we can also put this into a clip. Well, we could go like this and say wrap related automation to a clip. And then we could transform this. Oh, that is so sick. It's like you can kind of treat that now as like a sample and like manipulate it in all these different ways. But also treat it almost like a MIDI where you can randomize all these different nodes. So sick. So like you I guess, say for example, if you have like this loops, like let's say 100 times or whatever the case is, if it's a techno track 100 times, what we could then do is like select them and go here, random value, and just do ever so slight, like 1% or 3% or whatever. And so it's the same sort of pattern in general, but every time is slightly evolved or slightly different. Do you know what I mean? Such a cool feature. Bro is cooking. Bro has to start actually cooking pretty soon. So yeah, we got a few minutes left. We got a few minutes left. I can kick it for a few more minutes. From 2045, you know it, bro. We in the future here. We in the future, looking onwards and upwards. After another several thousand trips around the sun on this spaceship that we call Earth. I think we need some kind of big, like, impact here for the beginning. Some kind of big impact here at the beginning. To signal now we are in 2045.
Supermassive. Super.
So this is something that's really cool about this whole new system, is that with each of the samples, we can set up a parameter. So let's say, for example, density. Then let's open this up in full screen. So here we can, is this? Yeah, and then we can edit the density for each of the steps. So then this one will have a lower density. So sick. So you can kind of set up like a custom size chop for each of the steps. It's so crazy. Let's try get this on the kind of vowel. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's edit. That is so sick for sample chopping, right? So now it's this one, and then each one has like a custom size. Okay, yeah, that's where I think I'm going to call it for today. Would you mind showing a quick walkthrough of your master chain before you head out? Do you want to? Do you want to? Is your wallet ready? Because I'm still financially recovering. Should I really do it? So I will just explain what the things are, and then, because to be honest, like, free plugins can do 99.9% of what most of these are doing. The better versions are just a little bit of extra source that I think is worth it, if you know what I mean. So it's basically a compressor, but this is set up so that it's side chaining to the subs. So, but it's ever so slight, ever so slight. So basically, the compressor's threshold is listening into the subs, and everything else is kind of ducking compared to that. But it's so slight. It's so slight. And then EQ. So this changes depending on the track. But that's usually a bit of boost in the low ends, bit of drop in the mids. And then Soothe. This is doing quite a bit of work. I find like 250 to 1K, that area is kind of often very boxy no matter what you do. So this is kind of like focusing in on that range and just doing like an adaptive EQ of stuff in that range. But notice how I've got a tool after each kind of step in the process, and that's just to like gain stage things kind of back to zero, if you know what I mean, so that I can quickly hear like what does it sound like with or without. I think this is probably the most expensive thing in the chain. DMG Audio is limitless. This is kind of like the limiter version of Equilibrium. So it's insane. It's insane. It's like definitely the best limiter on the market, but you don't need it for this kind of thing. It's kind of just doing... Generally speaking, I don't recommend doing multi-band processing in the master, but this has this weird thing where it's like... it's the multi-band processing is kind of different in that it's transparent. Not quite sure how they did. I think you're just multi-banding the, like I was explaining with the side chain of the compressor at the beginning of the chain. I think it's just multi-banding the like listen bus and not actually the audio, if that makes sense. But I'm not quite sure how they do it, but it's like absolutely transparent multi-band process. I'm not sure how. But that's probably the expensive thing in the chain. Like I said, just slamming a limiter there can pretty much do 99.9% of the job. And then K-clip. That's just clipping 0.5. Actually 0.15 because it's... Oh, no, wait. It's reducing... So it's actually clipping just above zero, in this setup. But, I mean, like I said, I've got these tools here, so I can kind of just adjust things as I need to, So often what happens is I won't mess with these settings here. The link will be on, and I'll kind of just gain up and down because it's going to clip at that particular threshold regardless of what I do here. So this setting kind of just becomes a loudness setting because it's gonna clip regardless. So like let's say for example we're now mastering a track. We're not really, but say for example we are. I will go here into like Julian, and then say for example we need a bit of extra laughs. Then you just boost it here. You don't have to go any further down the chain and do anything funky. You can just boost it here. Of course, it's going to sound more distorted, but I mean, there's no way around that. Once you've gotten to your ceiling, anything beyond that is going to just distort the signal anyway. So there's kind of no way around that. But I think here, what I want to do is just show you how small of a difference this makes to the overall sound of the track, because it's all going through here and then it's going minus 9.7. So I kind of gain match that whole chain anyway. So what's going in and out shouldn't change. I haven't done it too methodically with this exact project, obviously, because we've been kind of working through it on stream and stuff. So it might not be exact, but what I want to do is just... Oh, what have I done? Something is broken. Fancy that. I'll just turn this on and off here so you can kind of hear how minor it is. So you don't really have to go the whole 9 yards and do this. Trust me, like you can just put a limiter on it. I would even suggest not doing that and kind of just producing with a clean master bus unless you really know what you're doing. So minor, so minor. Anyway, I'm stuck in a endless loading loop. This reminds me of the old Mac, the old beach ball thing where it would just be stuck on the beach ball for days. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna head out. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were inspired. And thank you everyone who has subscribed. I think I've just officially broken it. We are at 75k. Can you believe it? I still can't. It's like my cursor. Everything else seems to work. That's weird. Can't make like a proper loop. Anyway. If I minimize... okay. No. Still wonky. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll just put this here. Like this. Why is that not working? Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, I'm going to loop this once or twice for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned. I've got some exciting stuff lined up for next week. And yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And thank you for subscribing to 75k. Like I said, it's still kicking in. I still haven't quite grasped it. Anyway, I will see you guys soon. Have a good one.
Psytrance.